Hey there. This is a bit of a survey of different editors that are used to edit HTML, but they're being used on touchscreens and mobile phones. So when you have a mobile phone like this, you can scroll, obviously, and this is a demo on Froala.com, a well-known editor, but when you start to use it, sort of this inline editor, which works on the desktop, does not really work on the mobile phone. So here we've got the inline editor, and sure you can type some text. You could select text and the black bar comes up. And helpfully here the Froala thing comes up on the bottom. However, although the black bar, the native Apple bar works, as soon as you click anything on the Froala bar down here, let's say we click this P for paragraph, it'll disappear like that. So there's really no way to really use the bar. Plus, the buttons kind of jump around slightly. You can sort of kind of use it, maybe, but it's not really that helpful. Plus, well, at least it tries to sort of get out of the way, but it fights this black bar. Let's look at another HTML editor. In this case, Imperavi has an editor called the Redactor. They're a company that essentially builds this inline editor thing, which helpfully sort of moves around as you scroll. Although, as you could see, the text cursor is sort of like behind it. It's hard to see when you type. Okay, so if you try to select some text, the black bar appears. But if you start to select, oops, it's hard to do this. If you're selecting text, right? You select some text. What happens is that not only does the black bar come up and you're kind of over everything, but also these buttons on top don't do anything anymore. All right. So it's kind of very hard to edit text with these editors. And if you try other ones like TinyMCE, for example, it's similar. So although these buttons do work when they work, it's just very hard to use something like this. It just jumps around, and it just fights the selection. So our idea was, what if you got rid of the selection? What if you were making and simulating your own selection? What would that do? So here's one more editor, TinyMCE. Let's do a demo of it. Here's an example, right? So this is on the official sites, so it's probably configured correctly. However, as you start using it, so TinyMCE does in fact give you sort of that bar, but then it disappears once you go down and you can't really access it anymore. The black bar is the native Apple sort of bar, which works everywhere. But if I wanted to actually use this, it disappears. Okay, let me at least try to get to it. Where is it? Come back, bar. Come back. No? Oh, there it is. Okay, I'll press a B. So there's bold, italic. So it does work again when it works, but it just really, really fights the selection, and most users would just give up and find this extremely frustrating. Not only does it jump around, but it also disappears as you scroll down, in this case. So you can go on and on with different editors, and the problem, of course, lies in the iOS and Android, to some extent, selection mechanism. So to date, there wasn't really a good solution to allow people to even edit text on the go, HTML on the go. And we said, what if instead of this opinionated selection mechanism, we would simply prevent it from happening? And we'd use our own, we'd build our own sort of simulated HTML selection as well as scrolling like this, right? And it would actually work better, and we'd be in full control of what appears. So that's the subject of the next video. And as for this one, you could see the current state of these editors. And so we believe that anyone using this editor on a desktop, any website, would probably want to make available a mobile editor that is usable and a pleasure to actually edit HTML. So thanks for watching.